Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carry and Cut YouTube channel.
And if you're new here, like, subscribe, and comment down below.
And also check out our Instagram at Carry and Cut and our Patreon at Carry and Cut. All the proceeds from the Patreon go directly back in the channel to buy new knives, new equipment to help make the quality and the content better for you guys. So today, what are we looking at? We got the Andrew Demko Cold Steel AD-15. And before we get too carried away into that, I want to give a huge shout out to Neil Knight over at the Knight's Edge. This guy is a really cool guy, and he knows what he's talking about when it comes to knives. He kind of does similar stuff to what I do on this channel at the Carry and Cut YouTube channel. He does, of course, knife reviews. He does disassembly videos. He does sharpening videos, how-tos, whole bunch of cool rambling. He's definitely a good guy, and really like the fact that he believed in me enough to send me some of his knives over, and I sent him some of mine also. So if you could, go over and give Neil a follow and subscribe to his channel over there on YouTube at the Knight's Edge, the_Knights_Edge. Let him know that Carry and Cut sent you guys over to him. I sure would appreciate it. I know he would too. So it's cool stuff like this that keeps the community pushing further and further, and keeps everybody growing. So that's what the whole point of it is to get other people's opinions, other people's views on awesome knives that we all like. So I know we have a crazy hobby, and it's just fun. So I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side, though. We're going to leave a sticker right up here at the top, so make sure you guys go check him out. So like I was getting back to before, we got the AD-15, and I am super excited to get this knife in my hands. I've always wanted to look at some cold steels, and Neil was the guy to actually let me into looking at him. So he sent these over to us, and we did a video on the AD-10. So make sure you guys go back in the archives and find that one if you're interested in the AD-10. We did a full review on it. We did a disassembly video, how to maintain it, how to keep it clean, and how to, most importantly, put it back together correctly. So that was pretty cool. It was fun seeing the triad lock, and this is actually called the Scorpion lock on this one. So we're going to do a disassembly video on this one too. It is definitely cool how this knife operates. As you see, you open the knife up, and there's a spring and well, it's just a spring that kind of rides on this actual lanyard tube right there. So as you're pulling up on the blade, you are compressing that spring, and then it locks down into place. So there's like a lock, not an over travel, but a stop pin that you can see right there, and it slams right down onto the blade right there. There's a secondary stop right there too. So there's all sorts of stuff keeping this blade from staying shut, and of course as you're holding it too, it's even gonna further dramatically increase the power behind this blade, and at least the stopping of it coming open is what I'm trying to say. This is a very robust knife. I know that Andrew Demko, he is a genius when he comes to designing knives. Of course, he did the shark lock on the AD-20, AD-20.5. Of course, the triad lock, I'm pretty sure he was the inventor. If not, he had played a huge role in it. Of course, the Scorpion lock, this is another one, and there was a custom knife made off of this one, or at least this is the production model made from the custom one, and you're looking at $159.95 that I found this one off Blade HQ. And I could find some on Amazon, but I'm kind of leery of putting some of these higher profile knives, at least linking them, because I don't want anybody to get scammed. I don't want anybody to get a fake one. I imagine there's somebody out there making fakes on this, and this one's not made in America. It is made in Taiwan. S35V on the blade steel, so you got good. It's obviously stainless. You have a good edge retention on it, nice decent amount of toughness on it. So of course this is going to be a great knife to thrash on, work knife, rough and tough. Do whatever you want to do with it. We have a real nice robust tip. So this, you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do with it. Heck, you could probably stab this thing inside of a tree and use it as a step if you wanted to. You could do all sorts of cool stuff you shouldn't do with pocket knives. These are really brute of a knife. So we're looking at 150,000 of the blade steel, same as the AD-10. Pretty similar overall geometry. We have a drop point blade, a pretty high flat grind on it. I don't think it's a safer grind. I think it's a high flat grind. Yeah, high flat grind on it all the way out here to the swedge at the tip. So it's definitely pretty cool. We got dual thumb stud deployment. I'm pretty sure yep, you could even throw it open just like so. So I guess there is kind of two ways to deploy it. Of course, you can just do your thumb stud. You could probably get the reverse fleck on it, yep, and then you could also just kind of open it up just like so, which it didn't, yep, they're fully locked out. So pretty cool. And so I think we covered the blade pretty well there. We do have full G10. It's kind of cool how this is kind of split up here. We got G10 down here on the bottom side for the actual handle of the knife. This is the whole lock bar assembly up here. It goes all the way to the back spacer down here at the back. And this is a aluminum So some, you know, I don't know what exactly grade it is, 6061 I'm guessing, not really too sure, but it is aluminum. Got a real nice kind of flat dark earth color going on there with these G10. Kind of like a hunter green, I'm not really sure, OD green if you want to call it. Oversized pivots. So that's kind of, it's pretty cool how they got the pivot, of course, for the blade here, but they also have a pivot for right here. So when this lock bar is actually actuating, it's going to be rocking back and forth on this and compressing a spring down there. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the video on that one. It's going to be pretty cool to disassemble this thing and actually, you know, see the inner workings of what this knife is, you know, made of. And so we do have a stainless steel clip on this thing. It is not deep carry whatsoever, but I do know that you can get some deep carry options for this. I've seen some people just using these top two screws. So I'm sure if that's something you wanted to do, then you could definitely do that. I think it was a Kershaw Blur, maybe. I'm not too sure. It was some kind of Kershaw clip that people were actually using to, you know, use it as a deep carry. So that's kind of a hack if you're into that kind of stuff, into customizing your knives. I've seen people, you know, anodize the hardware. I've seen people grind down these actual G10 scales, but I do like the actual, you know, grip that these give you. You know, it's nothing like how your Spyderco, you know, bidirectional texturing would be. It's still slipperier than that, but it's still, you know, really nice, good traction, and this is just a beast of a knife. So let's go ahead. I think we've done enough rambling there. Let's go ahead and look over the specs. And I am using the tape measure today. I don't know if you guys like the tape measure more than the ruler. I just thought it'd be easier for you guys to see the yellow of the numbers. So I don't know. If you guys like me to go back either way, you just let me know in the comments. But for now, we're going to stick with the tape measure. So we are looking at an overall length of, and I had to use the smallest tape measure in, you know, mankind. I just figured we don't need anything more than a 10 footer, so we don't need the 35-foot Stanley out here in the workshop to show you guys what's going on. So get back on track. We are looking at 8 3/4 of an inch overall on the length. Blade length is coming in right about 3 3/4. I don't know. They want to say 4 inches sometimes. I don't know. We got 3 3/4 inch of sharpened edge almost. Pretty much the blade's going to be similar to that. And we did not go over the weight on this one yet. We did do the blade stock thickness. Let's go ahead and get the scale out here, get this baby closed up. And we're looking at 6.2 ounces. So it's pretty similar to the AD-10 in that its nature. Let's see, the AD-10 was how much? 6.8, and this one was 6.2. So, and the blade, you know, the length and all that kind of stuff is pretty similar on these knives. Let's do some size comparisons. So there's our AD-15. Here's our AD-10. They are pretty much identical. The blade length is pretty much the same exact thing. Of course, the AD-10 is going to be a little thicker. Wide, not thicker as in blade stock thickness, but wider blade. So that's pretty cool. But the overall length and footprint is pretty much the same thing there. So we're going to go ahead and look at the, how about the Benchmade Presidio 2. This is pretty cool. Another great hard use knife. And I'm kind of thinking I'd rather actually use the AD-15 than the Benchmade. That's kind of crazy for me to say. I really do like both knives, but that thing is going to be pretty sweet. How about let's use the new PM2. My wife got me this new Paramilitary 2 for my birthday. Another one of our awesome subscribers, Stephen Weigel, sent me these awesome titanium Lotus brass scales. I'm loving this thing. It's super cool. Got it tricked out with my Lynch Northwest deep carry clip. So nice little plug there. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks, Miss Carryandcut and my daughters for the awesome birthday present. So it's definitely going to be smaller than the AD-15. And I'm pretty sure that's pretty well and good enough for our size comparisons. This thing is, I think, you know, if you're looking into something like this, you're going to be into bigger knives. So, you know, you got really aggressive jimping up here at the top of the blade too. So great ergonomics on it. There's kind of this Corsair ramp right here for your index finger, but it just kind of melts it away. I know Andrew Demko is really good when it comes to ergonomics on his knives, and that's something that he definitely, you know, strives for as a nice, comfortable handle. I mean, just listen to that thing. If that's not, you know, confidence inspiring that your knife is not going to fail on you, then I don't know what is. I'm, you know, really growing to be a huge fan of Demko knives too. And I know I don't personally own one, but I would like to have one of each of these, especially the 20.5. I would love to have one of those ones too. I did a full review on it, and it is a great knife. So I'm pretty sure I had pretty much covered everything on there. This is going to have a similar construction as the AD-10, at least as the bearings and nylon, not bearings, there's phosphor bronze washers and nylon, so it's going to keep everything, you know, pretty robust and maintenance free. I guess some sort, they're not going to get all gummed up as like a bearing system would. So it's pretty cool. Really oversized thumb studs. I went over these thumb studs. They're the same exact ones on the AD-10. We do have a flathead screw to take these out. And of course, oversized pivots, oversized screws, everything's going to be, pretty well thought out and just, hard on the construction. You look at it, there really is minimal hardware on this thing. The only thing, these 3 screws are going to be for the pocket clip, and other than that, everything is pretty much just all sandwiched together from these 2 pivots. So definitely pretty cool to see. I'm going to go ahead and do a full breakdown video, disassembly and maintenance on this one next. So guys, make sure you come back for that one and stay tuned for it. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. And you make sure you go check out Neil over there at the Knight's Edge. Let him know that Carry and Cut sent you. Go ahead and subscribe to him. He's a great guy. If you love my stuff, then you're going to like his content also. So until next time, thank you.